Hello and welcome to Pseudocode. This is the first AMA video for Pseudocode channel. I've collected questions from all of you through YouTube and Instagram post. If you are interested to post your questions, please keep watching out for those spaces so that I can include your questions for the further AMA videos. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So, here's the first question. Is it okay to downgrade yourself as SD1 for big companies like FANG? This is a common question and common dilemma for people who are targeting big companies. My answer would be that it depends on your current level that you're at and how much are you getting downgraded. Let's say you're an SD2 and you're getting downgraded to SD1, but you're getting more in terms of compensation and package and salary, and the company name is big. Plus, it also depends how the role is. In that case, it is okay to down level for a big company. But in case you are, let's say, at SD2 level and you're getting downgraded to SD1, plus you are not getting the same compensation, or in fact your compensation is also low, then it might not be a good idea. So always try to go for one of these things. Either go for higher package and some compromise on title, or go for a higher title and some compromise on the package. Also, don't compromise on the type of role. Maybe the compensation is good, the title is same or downgraded, but the role is not that great. For example, if you are a backend engineer and the role that you're being offered is DevOps and you're not okay with it, you don't want to go into that direction. In spite of that, if the title is good and the compensation is good but the role is not good, then it might not be a good idea. So it depends on your current situation, the compensation and the title. Weigh all these factors and then decide to go for it. As far as down leveling is considered, down leveling is very common across tech, not just in engineering career paths, even in engineering management career paths. Again, it is fine to down level one level or so. It is totally okay. It also depends on the company size that you're currently in and that you're going to. So it's fine, but make sure that you're not getting downgraded across all the factors. That is your title and your compensation and the kind of work that you're looking for. Next question is about how is Middle East for software engineering careers? Is it growing? Is it booming? The answer would be yes and no. I mean, yes, there are more software engineering jobs right now in Middle East, or specifically in Dubai, than there were in 2020. The reason in 2020 could be due to COVID as well. This is from my personal experience. Yes, it is growing a bit, but I would say compared to India, at any day, if you are looking for a job in India, you will have more openings and opportunities than in Middle East. And it is just because of the size of the place, like the number of people who are here and the overall population. So number of opportunities is low, but if you are a good performer, if you're doing well in your career, and if you're looking to make a move, there are certainly opportunities here. I hope that helps. Next question is something around AI. Is in this world of AI, should one opt for .NET or Java? I always advise people to not get so much focused on the tech, and I have no idea what AI has to do with .NET or Java. AI is a very big umbrella term for so many technologies underlying in the AI and ML world. As far as .NET or Java is concerned, expertise in any one of the languages or tech stack is enough to put you from point A to point B in your career. So whatever you're working on, focus on it, own that skill for at least 2 to 3 years, get some expertise at it, and that will pave the path for the next step in your career. Still not sure how does AI and .NET and Java are related. Next question is around working on legacy product in legacy code versus latest technology. In this case, my answer would be that if you are just joining a job and you know that the product that you have to work on is legacy and the technology is old, at the same time you also have another job offer where the choice is of latest tech, then yeah, I would say go for latest tech. But at the same time, if you are already in a company and you get such opportunity, it is okay to work on it, but see what are the prospects for that particular tech stack in future. Would that expertise help you further in your career? Would that tech stack help you get more jobs, or to grow in your role? If that makes sense, yes, but otherwise go for latest tech stack which is currently in use, or is implemented by more and more companies. That will just directly translate to you having more opportunities when you're looking for a change. But at the same time, don't fall into the trap of always working on latest tech and not developing your expertise in one particular tech stack. So find a balance that way. Next question is about sharing the source code for the design patterns videos that I have made. Yes, I can do that. Actually, it is a grunt work and I have not uploaded any of it on GitHub. It's my bad. But yeah, if I find some time these days, I will try to do so. Another question is also around design pattern. It asks whether I can explain all the other design patterns which are there on my YouTube channel. Yes, that was my original plan, to cover all the design patterns, at least in LLD as well as in HLD. I will try and see and find a balance to create those videos. The reason is that sometimes playlists work very well, so I tend to continue on some topics, and sometimes there are some topics which are needed, which are being requested for. So I just try to jump, like I sometimes add videos in the current playlist, or sometimes I start new videos or new playlist. So sooner or later, it will be covered up, but I don't know when. Somebody is asking, suggest a feasible way to find a job in UAE as they are not getting calls from HR. I can understand it is very difficult. I would say that reach out to the company websites and company career pages, find out people who are working in those companies. Politely request them for a referral, find out if you have friends, ask them to refer you. That would be the fastest way. There are some websites, I will link one of them in description here, who have openings on their website directly, so you can find those kind of agencies, and you can try to find a job through that as well. But yeah, it is a mix of applying through LinkedIn, through referrals, and directly reaching out to HR. So you would have to try a bit of everything in order to find a job. It's a bit difficult, I agree. Next question is about, are you working on a Kafka playlist? As we are recording this video, the Kafka video is getting uploaded, so probably by the time you are watching this, first video of Kafka playlist will already be released. So yes, the short answer is yes. Somebody saying, please revive pseudocode channel. I think yes, we have already done that. It is sometimes very hard to balance work and life and career as well as the channel. I do the YouTube channel as my hobby because I like reading a lot, and I like creating resources for learning. Since I'm doing this on side and not full time, I don't get that much as I would like to. But yes, we still are planning to release one video every 1 or 2 weeks to have some consistency on YouTube. Somebody is asking how to upskill themselves to an architect role. Right now they're a front-end software developer. I would always say that whenever you are at a current level, you should always think about your next level and maybe the level after that. You should not think about 5 levels from where you are. For example, if I'm an engineering manager today, the next step that I would be thinking about is like going to a senior level, or probably going to a director level in next 5 years, but nothing more than that. If right now I will think about how will I get to CTO level, it will just overwhelm me. So the same answer goes for you. If you are a front-end software engineer right now, I would say focus on becoming a senior front-end engineer, own your skills, become an expert, try to mentor people around you, and then probably going towards a tech lead level. And from there you can understand, or you can find out that how you can go to an architect level. In order to get to an architect level, you would have to be a very good front-end engineer for 3 to 4 years, then very good senior or tech lead for 4 to 5 years, and that's when you will find your niche, you will find your area. You would have worked on enough applications, on enough projects, that you will automatically find yourself architecting big applications, and then going towards an architect path will become a natural progression for you. But in order to do that, first you have to work on a lot of projects. You have to work on small applications, then larger applications, then systems, then larger systems. You would have to have influence across multiple domains, and then you can think about architect field, because architect job is not an easy job. It just requires a lot of knowledge and experience. The problem statement that architects get are usually one-liners, that we have to launch a web application in 5 different countries. That is the kind of problem statement you're going to get. So in order to reach there, first you need to focus on your current level, your next, and maybe the level after that, which is senior engineer and a tech lead, and then you can think about architect level. Next question is about books to study system design. I think I have already made a video about it, but yeah, there are some books I keep recommending. Keep an eye on the shorts that I make or the posts that I do on LinkedIn. I do recommend some books over time, but yeah, if like that number accumulates, then I will try and make a version 2 of books for system design. But there are already some books and resources that I have recommended. This next question is very interesting. It says 10 years experienced professional lead code versus side project, which one, why? So first of all, I don't understand what is 10 years experience lead code means. Does that mean you're going to just solve lead code problems for 10 years? If you're going to do that and not have a job or not have a professional software engineering career, I don't think it would take you anywhere. But if you mean that while working on your job, you are going to work on lead code on side, then yeah, this somehow makes sense. So I'm going to assume that you're talking about the second, that you want to work on lead code in your spare time versus working on side projects in your spare time. So I would say that going with either of the options is not a good idea. You have to do both. Lead code is there in order to make you work on smaller problems or improve your DS and algorithm developing skills, but at the same time you need a project or a side project to apply those skills. For me, I would say the best idea is to find projects in your current company so that you can apply those skills, right? Find the projects or find the teams where the challenges are bigger, the complexity of the projects are higher. You practice lead code and apply your knowledge there. If you're not able to do that, then yes, on side you can do some side projects, find some open source projects to start contributing to them. That's another way to go, but it has to be a mix of both. It cannot be just one of the options because it will not take you very far. Somebody is asking me that they have done BTech from CSE and they are looking for remote jobs. Actually, there are a lot of websites for remote jobs. I will try and link some of them in the description, but you can find remote jobs through those websites. Like that's the only avenue that I have. Other than that, you can also use LinkedIn in order to refine your job search. Gaurav Sen is asking, is Gaurav Sen a problem? No, Gaurav Sen is not a problem, but his questions definitely are, which are very interesting, by the way. Next question that I have over here is how to switch from backend developer to quantitative developer and not from IIT? I don't know how that is relevant, but and also to be very honest, I don't know what a quantitative developer is. So maybe you want to refine your question a bit more and get back to me. Okay. Another question is that sometimes it's very overwhelming to understand what to learn and what to not learn in order to upskill as a software engineer. Yes, that is a problem. For that, I would say that wherever you're working, in whatever company you're working, please talk to your manager in order to assign a mentor to you. Talk to them about your career path and your career growth. This is exactly the job of the engineering managers, that they should be helping you in order to figure out how does your career growth looks like, where do you stand in your career level, what are the gaps that you have to fill on your current level, and then what are the skills that you have to develop in order to get to your next level. And at the same time, also find a tech lead or mentor within your team or outside your team who can help you in order to narrow down that what will be the next step for you to study, whether it is a tech stack, whether it is working on a project, or whether it is implementing a complex piece of a project. So it will really depend on the people you're working with. So yeah, that's what you have to do in order to reduce your confusion. You have to narrow down the things that you have to do in order to improve your skill set, and you have to narrow that down in the context of the company or the project or the team that you're working on. And your EM and your tech lead in your team are the best people in order to seek help from. Strategy to get a software engineer job in UAE. Which one is better, UAE or India? I think I already talked about how to get or how to get a job in UAE or how to apply. But talking about which is better, UAE or India, in terms of software engineering, both have their pros and cons. And it is not just software engineering, it is also the kind of lifestyle you want. Personally, for me, I prefer the lifestyle over here. It's not like that I don't like living in India, of course I do, but there are some things which are easier here as compared to India. At the same time, as I said already, that the number of job opportunities are huge in India just because of the sheer size of the country. But what would work out for you, it depends on your personal choices. Like, do you want to live in India or do you want to live in UAE? Yes, there is no income tax here, but at the same time salaries in India are catching up quite quickly. So both are good, both have pros and cons. Somebody is asking me about data engineering projects and how to upskill themselves. I'm sorry, I have not worked in data engineering at all. I do have an idea about data engineering and I do work with some data engineers, but unfortunately, I wouldn't be the right person to answer this question. Okay, here is another interesting one. How to maintain a strong technical knowledge after becoming engineering manager? One way is to have your YouTube channel, study and coach others. Just kidding. There are many ways in order to stay technical as an engineering manager. In fact, there are companies who actually demand you that you stay technical as an engineering manager, because a software engineering manager is not same as any other manager in any other disciplines. They have to have the knowledge of craft. So here are some ways people stay technical as engineering managers. Some companies mandate that they code 20% of the times, and that is general rule as well, that if you're leading a team of 4 or 5 people, you should find time to code 20 to 30% of the time. Do small PRs, do small features. That's one way. Second is engineering managers do have to get involved in the technical discussions, the architectural and system design discussions. So that's another way. Third way is to read a lot, increase your breadth of knowledge, have join in different discussions. There are different circles That's another way. Some people do read technical papers, and they do keep increasing their technical knowledge, and they do try to learn from their own tech leads as well. So yeah, those are a few ways that people can stay technical as engineering managers. Okay, so there's a question about job and study schedule while I was doing masters, when I was at when while working at Kareem. I think many other people have asked this question as well. So I would say that there was no specific schedule. I would just wake up early, spend 1 or 2 hours watching videos for the project or for the subject that I'm studying, go to work, come back, watch few more videos, do assignments or projects, or like just like catch up with the class. That was my schedule for first 5 days. That's the weekdays. And on the weekends, I used to dedicate most of the times on coding the projects, finishing the assignments, doing projects, and all of that. Just very simple, like do light loaded work on weekdays when you have work, and do heavy load work on weekends. That means that I had to sacrifice my weekends, like a lot of them, for masters. Yeah, that's true. If you're going for a part-time masters, that will happen no matter how hard you try to balance. Okay, what is the next goal you're working towards at this point in life? I think there is nothing major going right now. I already finished 100K on YouTube. I had a promotion a couple of months ago at work, and my master's is already done. So I would say that these days I'm trying to stay on the top of the things which I already have. So like focusing at work, maybe creating 1 or 2 videos over weekend, and that's it. Nothing, no more goal, or like nothing specific going on right now. You can say that I'm taking a breather. Okay, now let's move on to the YouTube questions. Okay, there are some questions related to masters. Since GRE is optional, does not having it affect the selection chances in OMSCS? No, OMSCS doesn't pay attention to GRE score. Even if you have given it, if you have not given it, if you have a good score, it doesn't matter. How to apply into Kareem for front-end role from India, having close to 8 years experience? You can check out Kareem careers page. If there is any opening for front-end, you can apply. You can send me a message. Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. I don't know, but you look like Shreya Ghoshal to some extent. Okay, this is not a question, but thanks for the compliment. Roadmap to be 1% software developer. Folks, I'll be very honest. I am very much against roadmaps. Everybody's journey is different. We are human beings, individuals. We have different careers, different circumstances. If one roadmap could solve the problem for everybody, then we will all come out like products built in factory, and that's not how it is, right? So things, there can be some themes, there are some career paths, we can talk about that. But this 10x engineer or 1% software developer, all these are methods to just overwhelm yourself. Focus on your current skill set, know where you want to go in next 6 months, a year. Focus on building that, find mentors, just do that. There is no need to pressurize yourself by thinking about things like 1% software developer or 10x engineer. It's just, it will just overwhelm you. What would be the approach to prepare for an interview for 15 plus years experience as a technical manager? I wish I could have answered that, but I myself have around 12 years of experience, and out of that, only 3 years is experience as a manager. So I don't think I qualify to answer this question, but I would say that yeah, your basic things, behavioral rounds, system design rounds, technical know-how, like basics. Okay, here's an interesting one. Is not DS algo based interview questions going too much? They can be relevant for software engineers with few years of experience. Does not seem right for people above 10 years of experience or with niche skills like networking, storage, cloud, AI. What is your opinion? A new trend is visible where senior people are declining interview calls with such interview pattern. Yeah, okay, I mean, to some extent it makes sense that if somebody is in industry for, let's say, 15 or 17 years, and they're going for a manager or a director job, yeah, asking them to write a code may or may not be fruitful. Yes, they may still be able to write it, but there's no point, because that is not what they're going to do. It can be a way to test their technical knowledge, but I still have controversial views on that. I don't think that's a way to test someone's knowledge. But at the same time, if somebody is going for an interview at, let's say, a principal engineer role, or like senior principal engineer, or like they're very senior, and they have to write code, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 rounds they would be expected to write code. But if you will pick up any big companies interview schedules or interview rule books, they do advise to focus more on coding rounds up to senior software engineer level or maybe till staff level. And as you grow, as you interview for roles which are beyond staff level, in that case they focus more on system design and architecture and less on coding. So coding round would still be there, but it will not be that heavy as it would be for someone interviewing at a senior software engineer level. Now, talking about people are declining interviews, yes, because they may not feel that they are being tested on the skills that they should be tested on. So it is fair on their part to do so, I would say. How different is Dubai in terms of work culture for software engineers than India? Also, could you please shed some light on opportunities in the tech space for software engineers in Dubai and how to get a job there? I think I already talked about how to get a job in Dubai, but as far as work culture is concerned, I would say there is not much difference. It is more or less same. People start their day around like 9, 10, or 11. They try to wrap up their day by 6, 7, or 8, depending on the workload that they have. There is something that I have noticed which is not specific to software engineers. I think it is specific to the place, or like overall itself, which is that people tend to focus on their work during the work hours that they have, and they don't end up wasting a lot of time or staying late at work. Like, so for example, they might not take as many chai breaks as we do. They may not spend a lot of time talking and hanging around water cooler. They will come in, focus on their work. They will connect with their colleagues. They will have little breaks here and there, but the number of breaks are not that frequent, and they do tend to value work-life balance, and like get home by 6, 6:30 or 7 or so. Come on time, like around 9 or 10 or so, and just try to and they try to find a balance. That's what I have noticed. But at the same time, it can be my bias as well. Maybe I'm not in those circles where people are having the same work culture as India. So I don't know. Another question is around somebody who is an SSE and they want to be an architect. I have already answered this. Like, focus on your current level and your next level, and maybe the level after that, but don't try to overshoot. You can refer to the previous answer that I've given. Somebody asking me to please create a playlist on Kafka. It is already in progress. I suppose first video would be out by the time you're seeing this. How do you continuously learn and improve your software engineering skills at work and outside? Um, I do read a lot. I do watch a lot of other YouTube videos which are technical channels. I try to engage in conversations at work. I try to read the papers and technical documents written by others. Yeah, just like read a lot, absorb a lot of knowledge, and keep like stay in those discussions, discuss with people about how certain tech works. And I think curiosity helps. Like, if you're curious about something, you will automatically be driven to read and like consume a lot more technical knowledge. How did you apply it for a job in Dubai, and how can we do that? For me, as I said, like, I applied through LinkedIn. I found someone who referred me, and that's how it worked out. But I tried many things. I tried recruiters. I tried applying through various websites, as well as just applying on the career sites of the companies. So yeah, a mix of various things. How much is formal MTech necessary to progress purely in a technical development field? I would say it's not necessary. Even equivalent experience of an MTech, let's say if you have 5 or 6 years of experience and you have not pursued masters, versus someone who has 3, 4 years of experience and they have pursued masters, maybe it will be equivalent. But it depends on the reason that you want to pursue MTech. If you do want to study some advanced algorithms, if you do want to study advanced subjects that you have studied in your bachelor's, then yeah, it would help. Masters just helps you to increase your technical strength, and that indirectly helps you in your career as well. But I would not say it is a must. Some people who doesn't have masters, but their experience is so good that they are practically equivalent to someone who have masters. So yeah, it's not 0 or 1. Those were all the questions that I got for this week. I hope these questions help you. Please keep those coming, and we will keep doing conversations like this if you guys like it. If you have liked this video and you enjoy it, please comment and share your thoughts and feedback in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.